Congratulations on your decision to purchase your very own piece of the magic. The following video will help you complete the paperwork necessary to finalize your purchase of an ownership interest in the Disney Vacation Club. Please, complete and return the enclosed forms within 7 days of receipt so we can immediately process your paperwork and welcome you into the Disney Vacation Club. Your Quality Assurance Manager will be contacting you in the next few days to answer any questions you may have.
Hi, and welcome to the Disney Vacation Club. We're the Kellys. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Allison. The people at the Disney Vacation Club have asked us to join you for two very special reasons. The first is to once again review with you the various aspects of the Disney Vacation Club so that you have a thorough understanding of what the club has to offer. And equally important, that you are comfortable with your buying decision.
The second purpose for our visit is to assist you in understanding and completing the paperwork necessary for purchasing your ownership interest and membership into the Disney Vacation Club. So let's begin.
Find your member's portfolio book, which looks like this. Inside, you'll find everything you'll need to plan your vacations, together with a product brochure, which includes a variety of information about the Disney Vacation Club. The Member's Guidebook walks you through key elements of the membership program. It provides you with fingertip access to your Vacation Point reference guide, vacation planning options, and resort activities. The Member's Getaway brochure includes information about how you, as a Disney Vacation Club member, can use any Gold Crown resort around the world. The Public Offering Statement provides detailed information about the Disney Vacation Club, including annual dues, the vacation homes, and the club rules. Also included is a disclosure guide covering the world's largest vacation ownership exchange company, Resort Condominiums International. In Disney's quest to provide you with the finest resorts possible, Disney reserves the right to add to or delete from this list at any time.
Now let me call your attention to the packet marked Member Document Portfolio, which looks like this.
Oh, and if Jeff's going too quickly for you, remember, you can stop this video at any time, find and review the materials that we're discussing, and then restart the video at your convenience.
That's a good point, honey, and if I forget, please remind me.
You can count on it.
Again, in the folder marked Product Highlights, find the following. First is a letter welcoming you to the Disney Vacation Club and outlining specifically what is contained in your member document portfolio. The next document is the Color Code Reference Guide.
In reviewing the Color Code Reference Guide, notice that the document areas which require your signature or the signature of others have been color-coded for your convenience. Every block where your signature as the purchaser is required can be found bordered in yellow. For example, on the purchase agreement, those places requiring your signature are bordered in yellow. And remember, your signature must appear as it is typed on each of your documents. Those areas where the signature of witnesses are required can be found bordered in green. And where a notary is required, the appropriate spaces have been bordered in blue.
Because you are purchasing a real estate interest in the Disney Vacation Club, the actual date you sign these documents is also very important.
The same date must appear throughout all of the documents, with the exception of the product understanding checklist. You will find those areas bordered in red. For example, on the settlement statement, you will find 3 date boxes bordered in red.
You may want to put this reference guide aside for future referral. The last document you will find in the folder marked Product Highlights is the Product Understanding Checklist. Let's begin there.
You may remember the key points of the Product Understanding Checklist were thoroughly covered by your Disney Vacation Club guide. Please take as much time as necessary to review each individual point again. And if you have any questions concerning any of these issues, don't hesitate to call your personal quality assurance manager at 1-800-782-6767. You'll find his or her name in your welcome letter. You can call any day of the week between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Once you completely understand the Product Understanding Checklist, please check each item, date, and sign where indicated.
Remember, this is the only document you date differently.
Now, we suggest you stop here, but restart the video once you've completed this portion of the paperwork.
Bye. See you in a few minutes.
Welcome back. Now that you have completed, signed, and dated the Product Understanding Checklist, please set it aside for the time being.
Now, this next detail is very important.
Because this transaction involves real estate, we ask that all the remaining documentation be signed at the same time so that the dates of execution are the same throughout. Don't worry, though. Allison and I will guide you through each of the documents one by one, and as we do, we suggest you keep the color code reference guide handy.
Now, please remove the next folder marked Purchase Documents.
Inside, find 3 documents. The first is the Purchase Proposal. The second is the Receipt for Deposit. And the third is the Purchase Agreement.
Please, take a moment to review the purchase proposal. It should already be dated, complete with the information you provided your Disney Vacation Guide over the telephone. It specifies what you are purchasing and how you are paying for your purchase. Please, review this page carefully, and if the information is correct, set it aside for signing.
The next document we need to review is the Receipt for Deposit. Simply stated, it is your receipt for the down payment you've already made. Once you're sure that it too is correct, please set it aside as well.
The last document in this section is the Purchase Agreement. Now, this is a summary of your transaction. Although we'll only cover key points of this document, we do urge you to review it thoroughly before signing it. Begin with the top section. Please, make sure your names are spelled correctly, your Social Security numbers are correct, and that your address and phone numbers are also correct.
Remember, if any of the information on any of these documents is incorrect, please stop the tape now and call your quality assurance manager at 1-800-782-6767.
For your convenience, you can find that 800 number printed on the outside of each folder in your portfolio. Continuing with the top section of the purchase agreement, you'll find the date your unit was made available for occupancy. The next line shows the estimated closing date. It is this date which represents the anticipated date your deed will be recorded. You can expect to receive your deed in approximately 30 days after the actual date of its recording. This next date reflects the date of your contract.
The next item represents when your use year begins.
My turn, Jeff. In the section marked 1, find the following information. First is the price you are paying for your purchase. Next is that amount of your down payment already paid, followed by the date and amount of any additional down payment due. This line item may or may not apply to you. The next two lines specify the total amount of money you have decided to apply down on your purchase, followed by the amount of the purchase you have elected to finance.
The section marked 2 on the purchase agreement indicates the ownership interest you've purchased in your unit. And as you may remember, a unit is a building. In turn, your ownership interest reflects your vacation point allotment. Once you thoroughly review this document and find it to be accurate, please set it aside with the other documents awaiting signature. Please note, though, when it is time to sign the purchase agreement, it not only requires your signature as the purchaser, but it also requires the signature of 2 disinterested parties as witnesses. A disinterested party is someone 21 years or older who has no involvement in this transaction. It may be a friend, a neighbor, or your notary. But in order to alleviate any possible conflict of interest, the witnesses cannot be members of your immediate family.
Now, once your properly executed copy of the purchase agreement has been received by the Disney Vacation Development, they will return a signed copy to you. And if there are no questions, this completes the section marked Purchase Documents. Again, please set these papers aside so they may be signed later.
When ready, proceed to the next section in your document portfolio marked Deed.
The deed is the instrument used to convey title to you. Disney Vacation Development Incorporated is conveying to you a specified percentage interest in a unit, which in turn allocates you a specified amount of vacation points. Please read it thoroughly, and then turn it over, and you will see that once again your signature, along with the signature of 2 disinterested witnesses, as well as that of a notary public, is required. Consequently, when it comes time to sign your deed, you and your witnesses must do so in the presence of a notary. As mentioned earlier, one of your witnesses can be the notary. If your notary also acts as one of your witnesses, they must also sign in the witness block. When they do sign this document, both the witness and the notary must not only sign where indicated, they must print their names under their signatures as well.
Well, that's correct. And when it comes time to sign the deed, the witnesses and the notary need to print their names as well as sign their names.
I just said that.
Said what?
I just said that it was important that both the notary and the witnesses not only sign where indicated, but they also print their names under their signature. I just said that.
Good. Well, I'm glad you did, because it is important, but equally important is the notary's signature and stamp. A space has been indicated which needs to be completed by your notary, but please keep in mind, since your deed needs to be signed in the presence of a notary, and since we are asking that all documents be signed at the same time, we ask that you don't sign the deed at this time, but instead place it aside so it can be properly executed at the same time with the rest of your documents.
Got all that? If not, feel free to rewind this tape and watch it one more time.
When ready, move on to the section marked Additional Documents. In this folder, please locate a receipt for vacation ownership plan documents, a HUD disclosure booklet, and if you have chosen the automatic payment plan, you'll also find an automatic payment program authorization form.
I think you'll find the receipt for vacation ownership plan documents to be pretty self-explanatory. But please, review it carefully and then set it aside for signature later.
As I mentioned earlier, if you have elected to pay your loan payments or your annual dues through an automatic payment program, you need to sign the automatic payment program authorization form where indicated. Another very important point. You need to attach a voided check from the account from which you want Disney to automatically withdraw your monthly payments. And once you have attached your voided check, please add this document to the other documents awaiting your signature.
Some states may require additional documents. If your state does, you will find them in this folder. Since you are financing a portion of your purchase, proceed to that section in your portfolio marked Finance Documents. You'll notice several documents in this section. They are the application for financing, the verification of employment, as well as the note, the truth in lending disclosure statement, the mortgage agreement, the notice of mortgage loan servicing, the settlement statement, and the controlled business arrangement disclosure statement format. Now don't be concerned. It may sound like a lot, but we're going through them together. Jeff, you start.
The people at the Disney Vacation Club have tried to make them as clear and as simple as possible. Let's begin with the application for financing. Please review it carefully and answer all the questions. Once you've completed side 1, please turn the page over and finish side 2 as well. Then set the application aside for your signature later.
Again, we suggest you stop the tape here, review and complete the application, and then restart the video when you're ready. Bye for now.
Let's look at the verification of employment form.
This one is easy. All you need to do here is complete line items 1 and 7 and set aside for signing.
The next item on your agenda is the note. You may already be familiar with this since it is a standard loan document.
In reviewing it, you'll find the following information: the amount Disney Vacation Development is loaning you for your purchase and the initial rate. Please note, if you've chosen the automatic payment plan, the initial rate will be reduced. This interest rate and payment schedule is reflected in your Truth in Lending disclosure statement, which we will be reviewing in a moment.
Again, once you carefully read the note, don't sign it, but please set it aside along with your other documents.
Now, we need to review the Truth in Lending disclosure statement. This document provides you with details as to your annual percentage rate and the amount you're actually financing. This document also indicates the number of payments you will be making and the amount of each payment. Also, please note that if you have selected an automatic payment plan, an X will appear here. This indicates a variable interest rate.
Should you decide at some point to stop the automatic payment authorization, your interest rate would go back up to the initial rate reflected on your note. However, at no time will your interest rate exceed the initial rate as reflected on your note.
By the way, there is no prepayment penalty if you decide to pay off your note early. Once you've reviewed this information and agree with it, then please set it aside with the other documents awaiting proper execution.
Now hang in there, we're almost through. This next document is the mortgage agreement. Its purpose is to inform you that your interest in your unit is being used to secure your note. Please, read it carefully. But again, when you're ready to sign this agreement, you will need to do so in the presence of a notary.
If Jeff is going too fast for you, all you need to do is hit the pause button on your machine until you're ready to proceed.
As usual, she's right. But if you are ready to continue, then I need to call your attention to the Notice of Mortgage Loan Servicing Agreement. This federal disclosure form specifies your rights in the event the lender sells your loan to another lender. If you find the information contained on this form to be clear and understandable, again, set it aside for signature. Next, the settlement statement lists the closing costs for this transaction, all of which are being paid by Disney Vacation Development. Please, review the statement, then set it aside for signature.
The Controlled Business Arrangement Disclosure Statement format informs you of an existing relationship between Disney Vacation Development and Vista Title Insurance Agency. Again, there is no charge to you for this title insurance. Simply review this document and set it aside for signature.
We have now come to the part of the video where you need to gather all your documents and prepare them for signature.
First, remove from your document stack the following: the mortgage agreement, the deed, and the purchase agreement. These specific documents need to be either notarized, witnessed, or both. Remember, by definition, a witness is a disinterested party 21 years or older with no involvement in this transaction. Now, it may be a friend, a neighbor, or your notary, but it cannot be any member of your immediate family.
Even though the remainder of your paperwork only requires your signature as the purchaser, it is important that all the documents show the same date.
Therefore, we're asking that you take all of your paperwork together with at least one disinterested witness to a notary now, so that you may sign, notarize, witness, and date the documents where necessary, all at the same time. If you don't know a notary public, you may wish to look in your local Yellow Pages or check with your local bank or savings institution.
At this point, we ask that you stop the video and properly execute your paperwork. Remember, your signature must appear exactly as it appears on the documents. When you restart the video, we will show you which documents to keep and which ones need to be returned to the Disney Vacation Club. If driving to your notary, please drive carefully. And while you're away, we'll head on back to the resort. We'll meet you there. Welcome back. Hopefully...
Yeah, we'll see you about for
Just a
dinner, about
second.
6:30.
Jeff,
Okay.
they're back, honey.
Oh, welcome back.
Hopefully everything went well. And now the only thing left for you to do is to review all the documents to make sure that they are properly signed, witnessed, notarized, and dated. Now, to make this easy, remove your folder marked Member Assistance. In it, you will find your temporary membership card to the Disney Vacation Club. Please set this aside for now. Also contained in this folder is a pre-addressed Federal Express envelope along with a member's record envelope.
The member's record envelope is yours to keep. We suggest you store your copy of the documents in it.
Now, once you've found these envelopes, we'll begin. Ready? Good. Let's go.
First, you should have your member portfolio, which you can keep for future reference. Next, there's the product understanding checklist. Please make sure that it is dated and signed, and then remove the last copy and place it in your member's record envelope. Place the remaining copies in the Federal Express envelope to return to Disney.
Now find your purchase proposal. This too should be signed. Be sure to retain the last copy of this document for your records and return the rest of the copies to Disney.
Find the receipt for deposit and retain the last copy for your own records, then place the document in the Federal Express envelope. Next, make sure the purchase agreement is signed, dated, and witnessed, and that your witnesses have printed their names as well. Again, retain the last copy of each page and send the remaining document to Disney.
You know, Steve had dinner here last night, and he said the restaurant is just fantastic.
Oh, good.
I'm going to try it tonight.
Okay.
Now it's time to find the deed. As explained earlier, this document also needs to be signed, dated, notarized, and witnessed. And what else, Allison?
The witnesses and your notary should have signed their names and printed them under their signatures as well.
I thought it best to let you say that.
Well, you thought right. And remember, the date on all documents must match. Now look for the mortgage agreement. It should be dated, witnessed, signed, and notarized. Be sure to remove the last copy of each page of the mortgage agreement for your records. Place the fully executed and notarized mortgage agreement and deed into the Federal Express envelope. The deed itself will be returned to you within 30 days of its recording.
When ready, look for your Receipt for Vacation Ownership Plan Documents form. It also should be dated and signed. Retain the last copy for your records and return the rest to Disney.
When checking your automatic payment program authorization form, please make sure it too is dated and signed. An avoided check is attached.
Remember to keep the last copy for your records. Now find your application for financing, and if required, your verification of employment forms. There should be one for each signer. When completed, please return all copies of these two forms to Disney. Also, if you are self-employed, Disney Vacation Development requests you send them the last 2 years of your tax returns as well.
The last documents you will need to find are the note, the Truth in Lending Disclosure Statement, the Notice of Mortgage Loan Servicing, the Settlement Statement, and the Controlled Business Arrangement Disclosure Statement format. Please review these carefully, and using the Color Code Reference Guide, make sure all these documents have been executed and dated properly, and that the dates match.
Remember, please retain the last copy of each of the appropriate documents for your records and gather up all the remaining copies and return them to the people at Disney in the pre-addressed Federal Express envelope provided. Place it in the nearest Federal Express drop box or call the toll-free number on the enclosed airbill for pickup.
That's it. We're done. But not before telling you one more time that if you have any questions, call your quality assurance manager at 1-800-782-6767.
Congratulations on your decision and welcome to the Disney Vacation Club here at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida.
The only thing left for you to do is to reserve your dates and hurry back to enjoy your piece of the magic, as only Disney knows how to create.
Bye. Say, what do you say we get our clubs and play a round of golf?
Sounds good to me.
You're not going to cheat again, are you?
Well, if we play by my rules, I won't have to.
Remember special times with special friends in a special world where the magic never ends. Now at a touch of paradise that everyone can share.